Welcome back to our podcast, Uncommonly Common.
Where you get to see how uncommonly common we are together.
Nice. You're getting the hang of it. This is episode 3. I'm Zan. This is,
Taffy.
and yeah, episode 3. This is the Mother's Day special. And that was so impressive. You're getting the hang of it. That was like, and we just synced up. So yeah, it's Mother's Day. If you're watching this, it's probably a few days after Mother's Day because we post every other Thursday. I'm hoping that you like all the episodes that we've been putting out, all the shorts and all the films that we've been doing on like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, everything. Before we get to Mother's Day, have you been keeping up with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
No, I haven't.
At all?
At all. But I keep seeing things about it. My fiance, like...
Has he heard most of it?
I think so.
Yeah?
Because today he was showering and he was listening to something crazy.
It was probably Kendrick.
And I was like, what are you listening to? He was like, just, that. And he started explaining. I'm like, okay, I know what you're talking about. But I've been seeing it on TikTok and stuff, but I haven't fully listened. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. This weekend.
Drake and
Kendrick.
It's just them two?
Well, it was other people involved, but now it's just Drake and Kendrick, and it's been so amazing because it's just, I think at this point, nobody really cares about the beef. They just like the fact that because of this beef, a lot of music is coming out of it, and it's good, like it's just good writing, and mostly on Kendrick's part because Drake he makes good songs, but I think Kendrick is it's so fun to listen to him. I've been enjoying all of it, and it's funny because
did they always hate each other or
apparently so. Well, I don't know if Drake knew, but Kendrick was like, "This has been brewing. This didn't just start right now. This has been brewing for years." And in one of the songs, my favorite one is called "Not Like Us." It's just so catchy, and it's like it makes you feel like you want to move, and at the same time, you're like, damn, this guy's just being so mean, but it's so good. And I've been enjoying. And the thing is, a little brief thing.
This guy has been probably like in his house with like a little voodoo doll.
Oh God,
stabbing Drake.
Yeah, it seems like it because.
And he had no idea.
And he was prepared. So I guess Drake dropped the song. Kendrick responded, and then Drake dropped another one right after. And I guess he had thought that Kendrick wasn't gonna drop something, and I think it was like an hour after he dropped another one.
Oh shit!
So Kendrick just double hit him, and it was like one good song after another good song, and people have just been like, it's funny. The other day I was on TikTok and I was watching a reaction of somebody reacting to a reaction.
Oh my God!
So like I was enjoying it because I was watching Kai Cenat react to Academics reacting to the song. So it was like weird. Like it was just trippy because you're watching somebody else react to another somebody else.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because watching people react to it, like when you first hear it and the things that he says about Drake, you're like, and it's not even, you don't have to be a fan of that beef.
Yeah.
Just the things that he's saying. It's like if they said that about me, I'm like, holy shit. Like I don't want people knowing that about me, right? Oh my God. So saying it about somebody that everybody in the world basically knows is wild.
I have to look into it this week.
Well, we'll do it for the next episode. Like we'll do like a little.
So
don't listen to it. We'll do like a little segment where it's like showing Stephanie music or something like that. We'll figure out the name. Something catchier than that. Sorry.
And then along with that, I guess the theme of the summer is like roasting people.
Oh yeah.
Because now it's on Netflix.
We gotta fill me in because I've only seen like
I
Tom
didn't
Brady.
watch it. I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah. Before I came here, I was watching a little bit.
So just so people don't know what she's talking about.
The Tom Brady roasting thing on Netflix. But I only saw maybe like 15 minutes, and just the 15 minutes, I was like already sweating for him.
Dang.
Yeah.
How many people was it? It was probably like a whole panel of people.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I saw that it was like Kendrick. I mean, not Kendrick. I saw that it was Kevin Hart.
Some guy, apparently a professional roaster.
Oh, yeah. Jeff something.
Yeah,
he's
Jeff.
like a bald guy. He's been roasting everybody for years.
The things that
he said.
He was the first one that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And he like, I can't even repeat it because it's super offensive.
Yeah. I've only seen Tom Brady's, and his was so funny.
Because he reacts.
At the end, I think usually with the roast, everybody roasts you. And then at the end,
You can say your.
you roast them and then you kind of say your piece part of it. Like, and it was so funny. I saw him break a phone. Like he broke his phone. He's like, for everybody that has
Oh,
my number,
shit.
he cracked his phone. He's like, delete my number or something, like forget about me, and then like flicked everybody off.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was so funny.
I mean, he looked really uncomfortable. So I
Yeah.
think at that point he was like, forget everyone.
And remember, it's just like these podcasts. We'll film hours of it, and then we'll only cut it down. So I can imagine the jokes that they leave
that
out.
they leave out.
Because I know that.
Well, no, because it was live.
Oh, it was live.
It was live. Yeah.
God. Okay, yeah. Because I remember during Justin
It was
Bieber's roast, they cut a bunch of things off because they said some stuff that they didn't want. They didn't want to like air.
Yeah.
But if that was live, then
No,
damn,
yeah, it was live.
that's awkward.
So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And then Kim Kardashian went on.
I saw her.
And
I
she
saw
got
Kim.
booed.
Really?
As soon as she started like talking, they
Why?
started booing
Well,
her.
because I mean, yeah, it makes sense why. Because she's not either a
But she
comedian.
wasn't on the
panel,
stage, yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know how she ended up on the stage.
In the Bruce Willis roast, they did have a couple of special
they did
guests.
one for him.
What was bad? Because so for Bruce Willis's roast, now that we're talking about like mothers and parenting, so in the Bruce Willis, there's a thing that something went viral where he was kind of yelling or cursing or just going out at his daughter, and him not being like a father like presently there, and so everybody just
Got on him.
for that, and his daughter was in the crowd, so it was even more awkward. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeah, for Tom Brady, I'm gonna watch it. I was gonna watch it with my wife, but she
She's
doesn't.
pumped.
I remember showing her the Justin Bieber roast, and there was somebody else. I showed her there was another roast that I showed her the Donald Trump roast. I showed
I
her
haven't seen
I showed her a bunch of roasts, and she just doesn't find it funny. I think she doesn't like people being mean, which makes sense.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I only saw like 10, 15 minutes of it and it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like them talking about Giselle, like sleeping with the jujitsu teacher. And every time someone would mention that, he would like take a sip. Like he would get red and he would like take a sip of his drink.
He looks like such a nice guy too.
But that's why I was like, why are they doing this? He seems so like calm and like
Yeah.
the whole time he's just like,
I think the reason why people do roast is because when people are talking about you in like the Twitter sphere and all over the world, the best way to fight it is just getting roasted by people, because it's like, what else can
yeah.
what else can you say now? Like I've already
And you
been
get paid
roasted,
for it.
and you get paid for it, and people watch it, and
Yeah.
you get a good amount of money, and I'm pretty sure like sometimes they'll like donate the money to like a charitable
A
cause.
charity. But yeah, when Kim Kardashian went on,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she went home and cried.
yeah, they
Yeah.
oh
Well, I didn't
okay.
watch the whole thing. I just saw on TikTok part of it, and they were just like, "Boo!"
Oh, no.
And like she could not talk. She couldn't like
Really?
start
Oh,
because they
God.
kept booing. And then she was like, "Okay, guys."
And it's live.
Yeah.
I
Damn. Yeah.
I guess why I get why they would boo her, especially because like it's
Like the Barstool guy, the
Yeah.
Dave.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, him. He posted on TikTok and he doesn't like her, I guess.
Oh,
So he
really?
recorded that part and he was like, "She's so stupid. No one likes you."
Oh my god,
Yeah.
she gets a lot of hate, but I mean, she's entertaining. I can't you can't deny
Yeah.
it.
You,
Like
you
she
can't
gets views.
not look. It's just
Yeah,
the whole family.
the whole family is very entertaining.
But then also talking about Kim Kardashian, today is the Met Gala.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
I saw the Bad Bunny and Karol G outfit. It was pretty
yeah,
nice.
but
I'll put it
then
up on the screen.
the Kim Kardashian, her outfit, I mean, she looks great, but her waist is like
Wild.
the size of my pinky.
God.
Like I only saw like a quick video on Instagram and she looked like she might pass out. I'm pretty sure she cannot breathe in that dress.
Jesus Christ. Why do they do that?
We'll put a picture up so you can see it.
But I'm pretty sure people do it because of the cosplay. Like I know there's like themes to it. So I saw that
Yeah.
Karol G had like elf ears.
For this Met Gala, the theme was like
Fantasy?
sleeping garden, beautiful garden, something like that. So it has to be something like whimsical and flower, like a garden, like
Yeah, because I don't know why Karol G would have pointy ears like an elf. Maybe that has to do with like a garden gnome or something. I don't know. But yeah, and then Bad Bunny's outfit was kind of weird. It was like kind of like a dress.
his shoes look like a horse or like a cow.
Yeah, I don't really like the Met Gala because it's a bunch of rich people just kind of just going to these events, and I think they're donating some money or something like that. But then again, the money that they're spending on these dresses, these outfits that they're never ever gonna wear, where does that go? Because I know like some of these
Yeah,
dresses are like 100,000. Jesus, is that even like
it's
the
not
anatomy
healthy.
is not
Yeah.
healthy? Like you're
I saw it on a Brazilian Instagram, and I was like, did she remove
her
her
ribs.
ribs?
My goodness.
Because it looks insane.
Dang, and then you're gonna have people like wanting to look like that, literally, and it's gonna be impossible.
And then but I heard like they're very every year there's like a theme. The guest list, obviously like the bigger ones, like big celebrities like Kim Kardashian, I think they know a little bit in advance, but apparently the guest list is so top secret that they it's only released the night before or the evening
Oh
before.
wow.
Yeah.
But then do they know?
I don't know.
I
That's what
mean,
I
yeah, that
read
makes
on
sense. That makes sense. Like you would get an invitation, but you can't talk about it.
talk about it, yeah.
So obviously, you know you're going, but you don't know who else is
Who
going.
else is
That's
going?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
And then like I think the menu is also like obviously like super curated. I think I read one time that there was one host that didn't like garlic, capers, and like onions or something. So the whole menu, none of the food could be made
Wow,
with that.
that's kind of weird.
And
Because then you have to
then
like cater to one person
yeah, and
for
then
everybody.
I also read that the seating chart it takes like a month because they don't know it. Like they usually determine by December
Yeah.
or the end of the year, like where it's gonna be and how many people, but they don't really know who exactly is for sure going until like maybe a month.
Wow.
And then once they do the seating chart, they have to. What I read online, I think it was like Vogue magazine. It's like they have to keep in mind who has been with who, and you don't want them to be in the same direction as like their ex
Wow,
or
that's
someone
so
that they
funny
used
that
to
they have to look
date.
at that.
And then they're like, or we look back and we realize like, oh, 1 year we sat these two people together, and then the next year they started a movie together or like created something together, and it could have been from sitting like meeting at the gala, sitting down at the gala. So it was quite interesting, the few couple of
Yeah.
articles that I read. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that about the Met Gala. I just think award shows are funny to watch sometimes. Sometimes I don't
Yeah.
even watch it. Like if
Well,
I'm not in
with the Met Gala, I mean, for me, it's more like
the looks.
the looks, yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing what everyone's wearing, but that's about it.
Yeah. If you went to a Met Gala, you would definitely wear like black, all black, regardless of the
Probably.
theme.
Yeah, probably.
If it was garden, you would probably find like black flowers.
Yeah, I think Zendaya had like
Yeah.
a second outfit change, which I also don't understand. So like you go back, you change, and then you come back on the carpet.
The other day, so we went to Texas recently. That's a good thing to talk about. Texas. Texas is the
Oh, yeah.
state.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Texas is the state. Like if you live in Texas, you're blessed. Texas is an amazing state to live in. I loved
love
Texas. I've been to Dallas. I've been to Austin, and Austin was so much fun. It was very different though from Dallas. Dallas, there's a lot of I guess it's more like a lot of Republicans.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
Austin has their like catchphrase or like their thing that they say. It's stay weird.
oh, that makes sense. There's a
Yeah.
lot of weird people there. I felt the weird vibe,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
Like
I
it's
not
when I went, it was like all like good vibes. I never felt like I was like not safe, but you do see the difference from like I've been to Dallas before. The people that live in Dallas and the people that live in Austin. It's
Yeah.
a little bit more like hippie and like a little
Yeah.
bit more like laid back and
Yeah, I'm not against it. I just liked Austin because I felt like it was Miami. It was like a mix. It was like Medellin because they have the river, they have the mountains,
Yeah.
and they have the city, and then they have the outskirts, and there's no beach. So it's just like it's literally. I felt like it was just a more modern Medellin,
yeah.
and I loved everything about it, and I really would love to move there. I gotta convince my wife because I don't think she wants to move there. But yeah, I really liked Austin, and I found out that, which is kind of messed up, really messed up. So Frontier, they purposely the algorithm for their checkout cards. So when you buy a ticket with Frontier, and I'm sure other airlines do this, but this is just so messed up. Is they like to separate you. So if you don't pay for your chairs, your seats together,
They'll separate.
they'll purposely separate you so that you feel like you have to buy the tickets or buy the seats, and the seats are like $27 to $50 on top of the
Additional.
ticket. Yeah, like it's wild. Like if you bought the tickets together, I bought 2 tickets for my wife and I,
Yeah.
and when I went to the checkout and you check in, they purposely put her on the 14. They put me on 22. And then they did
Oh
it to
my
like
God.
almost everybody on the flight that didn't buy their seats. So instead of putting them together,
Yeah.
they
Well,
do
that's
it.
how they make their
Yeah, but it's
money.
kind of messed up because it's like, why not put it together?
Yeah.
And it's funny because either way, their flight attendants during the flight, they're like, you guys could just move if you like.
Yeah.
Like, even if you guys didn't pay for it, just make sure that the person that you're moving with is comfortable moving.
It's
And then,
fine.
but it's kind of like, why do that? That's so shady. Like, I thought it was so, it got me really pissed because I was like, this is, I know that we live in a country where you can run your business however you want, basically, but
Yeah.
it's like, why would you want to be known as that business? That's like so shady.
There's a lot of other airlines that they do.
What?
Yeah. So that's the thing. A lot of these airlines that the tickets, the flight itself is more like
It's cheap.
inexpensive. Yeah. They make most of their money with the extra luggage. You can only bring a book bag, so you have to pay for a carry on. You have to pay for a check in, like to check in a bag, or you have to pay for your seat.
Yeah.
So
Well, we paid $50 just to check in
yeah.
because we got there like a minute late. We got there at, it was 2:53. It was supposed to be 2:50 and we got there at 2:53, like 3 minutes late. And they're like, yeah, you have to pay for check-in because we got to open the flight. I'm like, oh God, are you guys serious?
What?
Yeah, they just
Wait, so
tryna
actually check in or check in your bag?
check in.
That's
It's
crazy.
wild.
Wait, but you're supposed to check in the night before.
And I know I didn't because I was like, okay, maybe I can talk to the lady
Oh,
and see
because
if she
of
can
the
put me the
seat.
seats together. But
Oh.
no, she was like, no, you got to pay for your seats and you got to check in now. Pay for check-in. I'm like, yo, this Frontier,
Oh no.
I'm never
So
flying Frontier
usually
again.
when we will check in the night before, whatever seats we get, and then while we're waiting for the flight, then we'll go to the front desk and ask,
Yeah.
are there any empty seats on the flight? And then if they say no, then we'll kind of just keep an eye out and see
Yeah.
if there's anything, like we'll ask, oh, do you mind switching with us? Usually people don't really mind. I have seen people have been like, no.
Yeah. Well,
Like, no, I
the lady
want to
next to
stay
us,
here.
there was 3 seats and I was sitting here and there was nobody sitting in the middle, and then the lady on the right side was sitting on the aisle seat. And I said, hey, it's like, hey, can my wife sit, like switch with you and you can sit on the 14th because we're on the 22nd. She's like, honestly, I don't want to move, but if she wants to sit here, she's good too. She'll feel free. And I'm like, oh, perfect. She was really nice about it.
Okay.
And yeah,
The last time we were on a flight, I sat down next to this. Well, I was sitting down first, and I saw this lady with the baby come, and I was like, but my seat was in the middle, so I was like, oh, if you want, I can move one over, and you both can like the baby and you can have the seats next to each other. She was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Actually, my husband is coming right here. Do you mind like switching with him? And I was like, yeah,
Yeah, why
sure.
not?
And then she was like, honestly, this is my baby's first flight. The baby was like less than a year old, or
Oh,
maybe
wow.
a year old, the most. And she was like, this is her first flight, so it might be better if you like, for your benefit, it's probably better if you sit somewhere else. And then we like waited till everyone sat down, and then we asked like this guy, and it worked out fine.
Oh, that's nice.
The only thing is I sat in between two women, Colombian, super nice, and it was a 5-hour flight.
Oh, they didn't stop talking?
And I had just started reading this book, and I really wanted to finish it, and they would not
They did not
stop talking to me.
That happens our flight as well. Somebody was talking. Thank God I have the AirPod Pros. The noise cancellation on that thing is phenomenal.
Oh my God, yeah.
I
And
just-
then they got to a point that one girl was like, the younger one was like, you know, are you seeing anyone? Do you want to have kids? When do you want? And I'm like, ma'am,
And it's crazy 'cause there's people
I just wanna read
around.
my book.
Sometimes they're
please.
having like weird conversations or intense conversations, and they forget that there's like
No, and
100
then
people on the flight.
And then once we got off the flight, oh, before that, so I love flying. I don't mind the height. I'm not scared of heights. I don't mind flying, but I'm not a fan of. I get nervous when it lands.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous. So every time, if I'm by myself, if I'm not with my fiance, I'm like literally just like closing my eyes. So talking to the girl next to me, the younger one, she goes, "Oh, I have a phobia of throwing up." She was like, "I cannot hear people throwing up. I can't even think about it because I will like pass out. Like I get real."
What?
She's like, I start shaking. Like someone was coughing, and she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." And I was like, "It's okay. Like it's fine." So then I told her to calm her down. I was like, well, when the plane lands, I get kind of nervous. Like it's not my favorite. So as the plane is landing, I'm like, and she goes, "This is the part that you don't like, right? Right?" And I'm like, and so while I'm closing my eyes, I open my eyes, and she's looking at me like this.
How old is she?
She was 21.
Oh, okay.
She was like, yeah, I just turned 21. And I'm like, okay. So then we leave the flight, we land, whatever, great. They're both following me because they don't know how to get out. Like
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
like,
in Miami,
yeah, no, it was
Fort Lauderdale,
in
San Diego,
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah. So then they were like, oh, we don't know where our luggage is. Can you help us? Like, and they weren't together. They didn't know each other.
Oh, that's so funny.
So it was like the blind leading the blind because I had never that day at that time I had never been there before. The other day I used the service to have my food delivered to my house, and I ordered from Costco. Did groceries?
How does that work though? Do you need a membership to order from Costco?
No.
If you
So if you have I don't actually know. Before, if you had a card, you can you can put in the card number and it would give you like the discount or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it says where you're supposed to put the number. It says if you're a member, Costco member, go to Costco same day delivery or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they changed it. Maybe Costco
Yeah.
was losing. I don't know. So I ordered from Costco, did like my groceries. I did my salad pack. I did the rotisserie chicken. I did fish. I did the frozen vegetables and whatever. And it was towards the end of the day. I was still at work. So the person, he starts picking out my food. And I put 2 packs of the salad, like the salad kits.
Yeah.
And usually I replace whatever the shopper is like want or whatever. Thankfully, I didn't do that. I clicked a different type of salad. So he replies, he sends me like a replacement. And instead of a salad,
What app is this?
Instacart.
Oh, Instacart. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't use that. So I'm like, who are you replying? You calling this guy?
It was Instacart. Yeah. I
Okay.
just didn't want to say Instacart. But he replaced it with queso dip.
On a salad?
Yeah.
That makes a lot
So
of
then
sense.
the second salad pack he replaced with the chicken dip.
This guy was just like,
Yeah. And so then I sent him a message. I'm like, "Hello. The salad and the replacement that you selected have nothing to do with each other. I do not approve this selection." So then I got a refund for that. So then I go and I chose I put lemonade. He goes and he replaces it with mango juice. So then I go, no, replace with strawberry lemonade. So then he comes and magically finds the actual lemonade that I initially requested. So I was already like annoyed. I'm like, what is up with this guy? I already don't have my salad. I already know I'm going to have to go to Trader Joe's to go buy my salad. I get a message and it's like, your food was delivered. When I look at the picture, he put the food on the floor. My rotisserie chicken was on the floor in front of my door. It was like half in front of my neighbor's door and half in front of my door. Because usually at Costco, they don't have bags, but you have the boxes.
trays,
Yeah. No, he didn't use that. Everything was on the floor.
just separate items on the floor.
On the floor.
Oh, God. He didn't like you.
No.
He was like, all these requests. All right, I'm going to do this.
He's like, okay, I got you.
Say less.
I got you.
That's funny. You want to criticize my chicken dip?
And
I got you.
then this past week, I went to order some stuff on Amazon, and I have my instructions. Put the code in. If it doesn't work, do this. Leave it at the front door. Don't even worry about knocking. Just leave it at the front door. Cool. This man, he didn't even go through the gate. He threw it over the fence.
No freaking way.
And it landed in the bush. And then he took a picture of it to say it was delivered.
Oh, these guys are just trying to get paid. They're trying to see how much.
I'm like, because it was like 8 a.m. that it was delivered, but. So obviously, I go walk the dog. I see that, and I'm like, okay, let me go see if it's there. No, it's not there. So then I go and I do a complaint. They said, oh, wait until 24 hours. Sometimes, tracking is off. And I'm like, no, I saw the package there.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's funny. Other things that are embarrassing. This weekend, I went to dinner with our friends in Miami. It's a club in Wynwood, right next to 1-800-LUCKY. And they denied my entry because I was wearing joggers. And mind you, these are really nice joggers. That's funny. Send it to me so I can post something.
We have to like cut it so you don't see my
Yeah.
puddings.
But yeah, this week I went to Miami in Wynwood, and it's right next to 1-800 Lucky, and they denied my entry because I was wearing joggers, and they were nice joggers. They were like Kanye's
Yeah,
Calabasas
yeah.
collection, and I'm like, this guy's about to
Not
ruin
like
my whole
Walmart,
outfit.
not Walmart.
No, they
Like,
were so nice, and we had just gotten valet, and the car was still there, thank God. And I'm like,
oh,
he's
okay.
like, sir, pants, and I'm like, these are pants. Like, no, those are joggers. I'm like, okay, and he's like, you want to look at where we have the policy, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
don't worry,
I believe you.
I believe you. And he's like, no, no, come. He shows me, and it's like no tank tops, no joggers, no sandals, no whatever, a bunch of things, and I'm like, I'm like, I was debating whether I should yell at this guy or just think, just okay.
Warning, if you ever come to Miami and you're going out, Miami in the city, be mindful that you might have to be
Dress code.
Yeah, there's a dress code, most likely.
It depends on like how much you're gonna spend. Like if you're going to a place where they're gonna spend money, they want you to dress nice. Like
Yeah.
Miami, 11, they all require like a dress code, and I think it's because they want you to look nice. But
Yeah.
I didn't think I looked bad, so that's why I was a little upset. Because even at 11, when I have people, I know people that work there, and they're like, one day we went with Paula and her boyfriend, and he had shorts on, and they don't let people in with
Yeah.
shorts. But I was just like, hey, buddy, can you do something? And he let him in.
Yeah,
So sometimes they're lenient if you know somebody, but this guy was just like,
being a pain.
no. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And I got into the car. I'm like, babe, do we just go back home or do we just call it a night? Like, what do we do? And she's like, call Steffi. And I'm like, let's do it. We call Steffi. Steffi gives us the keys to her house. We go to her house because she lives closer to where everything's at, and we live further apart. And she's like, just try on my clothes.
I'm like, my pants will probably fit you. Just try
Yeah.
them on.
This girl has lost weight, so her pants don't fit the same as they used to. Because I used to wear her jeans, and now I can't. I tried on like 9 jeans. They were all super skinny. I feel like an emo kid. Some of them I couldn't even fit. Like I was like, there's no way Steffi's waist is this small, but it's pretty small.
I
so
have to do another cleaning.
yeah, it was so small, and
Closet
then I
cleaning.
ended up wearing like some pants, some green like olive pants, and I'm like, this looks nice. And
We'll attach the picture.
and then we ended up going back, and it was fun. Miami's fun. I told him I'm sorry, Ryan. Like I didn't know the policy. He's like, oh, you're good.
Did you fight with him?
No, he was
Oh.
super nice, and I was super nice about it. I was like, I'm not gonna fight. Like, why am I gonna ruin
Yeah.
my own night?
Some people will.
Yeah, I was worried because I had a tank top too, but I had a nice jacket on top of the tank top.
Which
so,
also, do you want to show them your shirt?
oh yeah, this is her shirt. I saw it in the, I saw it when I was picking out the clothes. I'm like, this is a nice shirt, and I'm gonna bring it just in case I gotta wear it because I had a tank top, and then I ended up
get
not even wearing it.
And I look at him, I'm like, oh, I like your shirt. I have one just like it, except mine has my name on.
It was her shirt. I'm like, oh, it's your shirt. She's like, oh, that's great. Where'd you get it? And I'm like, the day you let me go to your apartment.
Now I have to do an inventory of my closet.
Oh gosh. And this week, Steffi got a new carpet, and she texted me like 2 days ago. She's like, did you burn my carpet? And I'm like, what? And then apparently there's like these burn marks on her carpet
Yeah.
that nobody knows how they
I
got
don't
there.
know how that happened.
But yeah,
It
And-
hasn't even been a week.
and it's such a nice carpet. It's massive. Hey guys, so we're gonna do a Mother's Day segment where I'm gonna call my mom. Steffi's gonna call her mom, and we're just gonna see where this goes. We haven't really planned it. We just had an idea, and we're like, let's go with it. It's Mother's Day, so we're gonna do a little caller section and see how it goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey guys, so this is Lala's mom. I mean Steffi's mom.
Well, Lala's mom too.
Both moms, yeah. This is my
Same
mother-in-law.
mom.
Hi, guys.
She changed her demeanor on the phone when she picked up earlier. So we called.
That's
we
her
called,
American accent.
Yeah, we called Agda earlier, and she was like, "Why are you guys calling me? What's going
everything
on?
okay?"
Everything okay?"
Did something happen?
And now she's speaking in English. She was speaking in Portuguese earlier.
Yeah.
So, Mom, we're doing a little bit of a Mother's Day
Segment.
So we just wanted to
Mhm.
call and say happy Mother's Day, and we love you and we appreciate you, and we have some questions for
Aw.
you.
Yeah, we have some questions for
Ay,
you,
ay, ay.
señorita.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So my first question is, Who is your favorite daughter?
Awkward.
Olha.
Mind you, she has 3 daughters.
No, I don't have favorite
Cap,
daughters.
cap. She's
No.
lying.
My three, my no, no, my 3 daughters the same.
That's a lie.
For me,
Okay.
it's the same love.
I've heard her say something else. So
Sorry.
she said sorry.
We all know who it is. Okay, next question.
Mm.
Okay.
Go. What is a good memory or funny memory that you remember raising us?
Yeah.
Um, I think the great memory um was when you went to the Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney. I think this was the great memory because is everything is new for us, no? So yeah, I think that. And of course, when I have you guys born, you know.
She-
Yeah, that's my great memories. Hello.
Hello. Steffi. Todo mundo tá rindo. Everybody's laughing.
Why?
Babe, you have to. You muted her. Steffi.
Alô?
There you go.
Oi.
Oi,
Oh my
dá pra
god, tô
escutar?
chorando.
Eu pensei que você ia falar um memory engraçado, tipo quando eu caí no chão.
Mas ela falou so.
Ah,
She was being so
okay.
sweet. She was being so sweet. She sounded like she
Não,
was doing an
mas
interview. She was doing like a job interview.
não, mas eu até ia falar esse quando você caiu, mas eu falei, não sei se
Oh, that I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Ai. E você tem planos para Dias das Mães?
Não, ele vai pro el patio.
well,
El
tô
patio.
esperando o convite, né?
Okay, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. My agent will call your agent.
Okay, and what is one of the? Oh, let me do a quick quiz because I wanted to do this with my mom, but because my mom didn't answer because it's too late, I'm gonna do it with my mother-in-law. So Steffi's gonna answer at the same time as you, so you guys can see what is if you guys know each other well. So what is your mom's favorite color? Agda, you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it after Steffi. Steffi's gonna say it, and then you're gonna say it after her.
Entendeu?
Ok.
So what is your favorite? What is
Entendi.
your mom's favorite color?
Green.
What is
Yeah,
it?
green.
Okay, good. What is your
Yeah.
mom's least favorite color? What color does she not like to wear?
Red.
Red.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
We were just talking about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is
Funny
your
enough.
Yeah, yesterday.
What is your mom's Oh, where is your mom's favorite place in the world? Like if she can travel.
Ay, ay, ay.
That
Ah,
she's
okay.
been already?
Yeah, that she's been already. Like she'll love to go
Mm.
back.
I think either Cancun or Medellin.
Yeah.
She loves those two.
Sim, os dois.
Okay. I had to get a more harder question. I had to get a more difficult question.
Okay, so
Let me think. Ooh, what is your mom's? Which of her cats is your mom's favorite cat? Onyx or Oreo?
She's gonna say neither. Like, I mean, both. She's gonna say both.
No, but she has to choose one.
I think Onyx.
ah, no, it's Oreo.
It's Oreo? Damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one.
It's
good
because
Wow, I
cat.
like both.
Oreo is always doing stuff he's not supposed to.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, pau pau.
Oh, what is your mom's favorite fruit?
Fruit?
Yeah.
I think mango.
Mm.
Yes, it's mango.
What she's
Mango and
like?
banana.
Okay.
Mango and banana.
Mm. Okay, if
Yeah.
your mom can eat one protein for the rest of her life, chicken, fish, or beef, which one would it be? Only one.
I would say picanha.
Yeah, I would say chicken.
Qual que é a mãe?
Não, carne,
Awesome.
picanha.
Your mom's just trying to look good for the camera. Your mom's just trying to get look for the camera. I gotta say, you guys have to say it at the same time. Um, your mom's not trying to make you look bad. That's a good mom. That's a really good mom. I don't know. Let me think. Oh, what is your mom's go to drink? Like if she was out like at dinner, what was her go to drink?
Tequila soda water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really, really, I don't like that. It
Tequila
tastes so
soda.
different.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of tequila.
Every time we go out, that's what she gets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sometimes she'll get wine if we're like at dinner, but if we're out at a bar, that's don't
Yeah, it's because
tequila,
I don't like-
tequila
I don't like-
water.
Yeah. It's
Really?
because I don't like sweet drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because they give you hangovers.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your? I think this is the last question. What is one of the? I guess what is an advice that you would give to somebody that's becoming a mom or just found out that she's going to be a mom or somebody that's figuring out how to be a mom? What is something good that you can?
Mhm.
I mean, an advice that you can give to somebody.
Be friend of your son or daughters.
Okay.
That's the best thing you can do in their life. They have to trust you when they want to tell you something. You have to listen and understand. If you have to give you advice,
Advice.
yeah, yeah, and you give it to them, but be friends. I think my daughters, I'm they are my best friends.
Yeah,
They are my best friend.
that's sweet.
Everything,
You're gonna make them
yeah.
cry. They're both gonna start crying here.
Ah, não, é verdade. É sério. As minhas filhas são assim as melhores coisas que eu tive na minha vida. Sonhei com elas e elas são minhas melhores amigas. Posso falar que sim. My best friends. Forever.
Okay.
Eu
Não.
amo vocês.
Love you.
Agora todo mundo tá chorando.
Love you. Ai, eu aqui, né, chorando também.
Vai, segura no Oreo. Dá abraço nele.
Não.
Okay. All right, Agda. Well, thank you for picking up the call. Well, picking
Yeah.
up your daughter's call because you didn't pick up my call.
Oh,
But-
sorry.
She said, "Fuck you."
Ladies and gentlemen, Agda, thank you
Yeah.
again.
Thank you so much.
Obrigada, mami.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for calling.
I wonder if your mom hears that. Does she hear that? Did you hear the people clapping?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool
Okay.
that she could hear it. Okay.
All right,
Alrighty.
mami. Love
Um,
you.
Love you. Have a good night.
Love you.
Beijo.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, so we're doing a Mother's Day special segment, and I have my sister on the line because she's a mother. So happy Mother's Day. So Sarah,
Oh
you're
my
you're on the
goodness.
podcast right now.
Oh wow.
Do you want to say hi?
Okay. Hello, everyone. You caught me off guard over here. I'm in bed already.
you're,
Fix your hair. Fix your hair.
you're for sure a mother.
No, yeah, I'm in bed right now, and it's 9:38. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of early. But yeah, we wanted to call you because it's Mother's Day. And can you hear us clearly?
Mhm. Yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
Okay, perfect. And so, being a mother, I wanted to ask you, what is like the best thing about being a mother?
What do you mean? Having my own babies, my children. That's the best thing about being a mother. Seeing my babies, raising my babies. I don't know, just my children. They're mine.
And
They're
what
nobody else's but mine.
and what is the worst thing about being a mom?
They're mine.
You have no time to
You have
do
no-
anything.
just them. That's just your full time.
else
Like,
other than be with your children.
yeah,
I think that's the, every like you're just so focused on your children and you kind of lose track of you and what you like to do and your hobbies. It's not about you anymore.
yeah,
It's about them. So it's I think that's, I wouldn't say the worst thing, but it's a sucky thing. But I
yeah,
know that it's only because they're still so little that I have to like constantly be on them and constantly worry because they're still so little. I know it, changes eventually when they grow up, but in the beginning, it's all about them.
you don't need to cry. It's okay.
Who's crying?
I know. I just it sounded so sad for a second.
No, 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 no. I think Marlon put on the heater, and I've got my voice. It's all raspy. I don't know if you could tell, but I've been coughing.
You
I've
sound
been
like a
coughing
heavy
on a
smoker.
right. He put the heater on for no reason. It's 70 degrees outside.
Oh, okay, so one thing. Okay, one more thing. I'll let you go because it's late. So, what is the funniest thing
Yeah.
that's happened now that you're a mother? Like one of the funniest things that you can tell us, if you can think of something
Oh
funny.
no, dude, that's the best part. I think that's the best part about being a mom. Every day is a new adventure. Every day is something funny. I laugh every single day about something that they say or something that they do.
Yeah.
Um, what was the question? That what was the last thing? What?
What was the funniest thing that you've experienced, like being a mother?
Diago's been saying a lot, like what the fuck?
No.
And yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Where is he
I don't
learning
know if
that?
he got it from Marlon.
For sure,
I'm
for
saying that he
Marlon.
got it from Marlon,
I'm convinced he did.
but I don't know where he's getting it from, but he's getting it from somewhere. And he will literally go up to the teacher, like today to the teacher. He was just like, she was explaining something to him, and he literally looks at her and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
And
my.
I'm just like, "No, absolutely not, Diego. We do not do that. We do
That's so
not
funny.
say that. We say, what the heck,' or, like kind of like change it on him."
Yeah.
And he just looks at me like, he just looks at me and he's just like, "What the fuck is she talking about right now?" Like, she says it all the time. Why can't I say it? But it's just like silly little things like that. Or like Nia, like the funniest thing, like, how she, well, not only you guys know, but she's,
The
oh, she's
drama.
so dramatic, and I don't know where she gets the drama from. Because
I
I'm not
wonder.
that dramatic. I do not throw myself on the floor. I do not throw myself on the wall and look to see if, like, somebody's finally giving me my juice box.
Oh
Like,
my god.
she's just, she's so dramatic.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's
I think she
every
gets
day
it
is something
from her
so
Theo
funny.
Danny.
Oh, for sure.
Dude,
I
I don't
love that
know.
little
No,
girl.
not even, bro. You know where she might get it from? My mom.
My
I think that's
mom,
the only
hundred
other
percent.
dramatic person that I know that's that dramatic.
For sure.
Because you've seen it, Danny. You've seen how she is now. Like, she is just
It's
on one with
hilarious.
the drama.
She'll throw
And
herself
like
on the
she'll put her
floor.
hands on her
She'll go
eyes
like this.
and she
Um,
like looks at you with a side
oh, I
eye.
thought you were talking about your mom for a
No,
Oh
second.
no. No,
I'm
Mia.
like,
no.
Yeah, Mia would throw herself on the
Mia,
floor and she'll
Mia.
be like this.
to see if
To see if you're
someone
paying
looks
attention, yeah.
peeking in the corner of her eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
safada.
She
dead.
gives you the side, she gives you major side eye
Oh
all the
my
time.
god.
And it's just funny to see that, and every day you see the personality or you see the person that they're
Yeah.
becoming. And I love seeing that. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy to, like I said from the beginning, they're yours. They're literally growing up to be both of you, both the mom and the dad. It's beautiful.
Okay.
And do you want more?
No.
So
Part of me, I'm kidding. Part of me wants 4. Part of me is like, no, you
um
can't do that to
what is
yourself.
Martin looking what is Martin doing right now? He's probably staring at you like this girl's crazy.
Martin's cheesing as always.
You know my answer. I already explained this to you, then.
Yeah, you did.
You know what we need to do, brother.
Marlon wants to have an army.
Oh no.
Yeah, Marlon.
Marlon wants to have a whole
Let me not say
academy.
this on the podcast. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it on the podcast, but
Chris is gonna have more babies. That's all.
he he wants us to have like 7 babies.
Oh
Yeah, he wants to
wow.
raise. I know where he's talking. I know where he's coming from. I can't say it on the podcast though, but I know where he's coming.
Yeah,
Of course you can.
He's so funny.
it's too much. But there's no way. Like, there's no way. He's not the one having the babies. He's tripping.
Oh God.
But
Uh,
it's just like, part of me is just like, I think I'm like, damn, was Nia really the last time that I'm ever gonna have a
yeah.
belly? The last time that I'm ever gonna hold like another newborn in my hands?
I'm
So
sure
it's
it's
kind of
not
like,
though. I'm sure it's not because I feel like you love being a
who
mother.
knows?
Yeah, you love being
I'm
a mom.
27. I'm still so young, so who knows?
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
as of right now, and like, I need a rest for the next 2 years for sure.
Yeah.
Me
Alrighty,
too.
Sarah. Well, thank you for picking up the phone. So there's this thing going on TikTok. It's funny because I have an Apple Watch, and when you have an Apple Watch or a Garmin or anything that tracks your activity, you get used to always tracking your calories, how much you burn, how much you've walked in that distance. And so there's a trend now going on TikTok where if you don't track it, you didn't do it.
Oh my
And
god.
it's so funny because I went to soccer today, and my Apple Watch had died, and I don't know why I
You're like,
was.
why am I here?
Yes, I was like, oh my god, I'm about to go work out. I'm gonna do the best workout, and I'm not gonna track it. And I'm not even know how many calories I burn. And now that I'm using Strava, Strava is so cool because Strava is like a whole community of people in not Miami because I'm in Miami, but in the whole world.
Yeah.
And if you let's say you play soccer, it'll track like you played soccer for an hour. This how many calories you burn, and then you get kudos, and people are like liking
Oh.
your stuff, and then it's pretty cool because you could post things on there, and then yeah, I do it for all my activities now, and it's so cool because you like make friends of people you don't even
Yeah.
know that like into soccer or
Doing
running
the
or
same
anything.
things.
And it's just so funny because today I went to soccer and I'm like, oh god, I don't have my watch. Like, how am I gonna even track this? And now it's like I get why people say that. Why it's a funny trend because it's like it
It
happened,
didn't.
but it
It
didn't
didn't
happen. It
happen.
didn't happen.
It didn't count.
Yeah, it didn't count. But I got the new Apple Watch and it's so cool because it like tracks everything. Everything. My sleep. When I go to sleep, my REM cycle, like when I'm in deep sleep, it also tracks like if I were a
So you
female.
sleep with it on?
Well, the thing is the fast charger now, I love it. So the old Apple Watch, it had the 4 series. It did not like the battery wouldn't last and then it would take the longest to recharge.
Recharge. Oh.
This new one, it literally charges in like 15 minutes and then lasts you 8 hours. So it's like I
Oh
only have to
wow.
charge it right before I go to bed and then recharge it when I guess lunch. You charge it
Yeah.
for a little bit and then you use it again. And I use it because it wakes me up like it vibrates perfectly. It doesn't bother me when I'm
Yeah.
waking up, and I love it because if I were a female, it even tracks your like your
Your
cycle.
cycle, yeah.
If you're about to ovulate or stuff like that, like it tracks your oxygen level.
Oh wow.
And the new one that I have, like now, if I'm like you doing using my hands or I'm running and somebody calls me, I just tap my fingers and it picks up the call or it skips the song.
Oh wow.
It's so advanced, yeah. And I'm excited to see what Apple's gonna come up
And
with
the next
next.
couple of
Yeah,
years.
because they just keep coming up with things. Our kids are gonna eventually like not have to wear anything. Like, have you seen the Vision Pro things?
Yeah. No, it's
I think that's the
crazy.
coolest. I haven't got into it because I feel like I'm gonna go way into it,
Yeah.
so I don't want to get it yet because it's $4,000. Yeah,
Spending that much money. Yeah.
but apparently people are saying it's worth it because I guess when you spend $4,000, you're kind of spending the space. So I don't know if you've seen it, but when you have this Vision Pro, people are getting it for office spaces. So like say you work from home, right?
Yeah.
And instead of buying screens and setting up a whole office, you put this on and now you have so many
Everything.
workspaces. So you can have 5 different screens the same size that you would buy.
Oh,
You could
wow.
have you could type and you could have your mouse and you can literally have
Go.
and you can put sticky notes virtually and it's crazy. I've seen it and it's so sick.
Oh my god.
So it makes sense like if you work from home and you want to
Yeah.
have a home office, that
And you don't
experience
have
is amazing.
space or
And it's crazy because like let's say you make that office space, right? And then you want to put on Netflix, you literally could put on Netflix and just turn around and have the TV screen there and watch Netflix and then go back to work or watch a soccer game and put it up there.
wow.
It's crazy. So it just takes it kind of like makes a space for you
Yeah.
without having to take up actual
Every-
physical
yeah.
space.
That's cool.
So I think that's cool. I just don't like the fact that people now are I've seen people in Brickell walking around with them, and I
Oh,
think
you have. I've seen TikToks.
I've seen, and it's like you're gonna hit somebody or somebody's gonna hit you because you can't. I mean, it's in front of you and you kind of see what's in front of you. It's a little bit,
Yeah.
but also like it can be dangerous. So
Well, that's what happened with the scooters.
yep, basically
Here, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's just here. It's probably other places, but
like big cities.
yeah, big cities that they just take advantage or they just become like
This is over. I heard that the scooter thing was because a lot of people weren't doing what they're supposed to. Like you're supposed to wear the helmet that it comes with, and people weren't wearing the helmets, and then they were getting into accidents, and then
yeah, but it's like the glasses. Like you think like, oh, I can see.
no. Well, talking about glasses, I didn't want to tell my wife because they're expensive, but I wanted to get these glasses because now that I'm running, there's these new glasses that you can wear, and it shows like when you're running, it'll show you the time. It'll show you everything, so I don't have to look at my watch. I'm just running, and I'm like looking at my time and looking at my pace, and I think it's just
my
cool.
God.
Like I just want to get things for.
Meanwhile, I had the Apple Watch for like maybe a year.
Really, you did? I never saw you wear it at all.
Yeah, I think I had it for like a year, and
You didn't use it.
no, I used it every single day. I loved it. I would track my
How long
workouts
ago was
and
this? Like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's probably like this 6 or something. Okay.
and then I took it off, and I kept feeling the vibration in my like.
Whoa.
I kept thinking like I felt.
Yes, that happens to me. That happens to me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I did not like that at all. So I was like, I'm never wearing this again.
Really? But I think it was just a mental thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it was like.
But
the-
that's why it's like you get so used to it. It's like your phone. Like you like people are so attached to their phone, they carry it on them at all times.
We're all attached to our phone. Not people. You're attached to your
Yeah,
phone.
but I mean, there's some people that will go
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
carrying stuff and have their phone.
They can't let go of it.
They
Yeah,
can't
I
let
know.
go
I know
of
what you're
it.
talking about. Yeah. So that's funny that you said that because so Elon Musk made a point, and I follow him a lot because I think he's really intuitive the way they see things and the way he sees things. Not that he's a genius, but sometimes he sees things from different perspectives, and I think it's important to do that.
Yeah.
And he said that. You know what a cyborg is?
Yeah.
So a cyborg, for those that don't know, is a half human, half robot, right? And so he's saying that we are in a sense a cyborg because we're not these phones aren't attached to us physically, but we use them every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Even if you don't have to. Like when I'm going to pick up my wife, I already know how to get there. But I put it in my Apple CarPlay because I just want to know how far it is or how if there's traffic.
Yeah.
So it's like we're basically turning into these cyborgs because we're depending on these machines to make our lives better, not because we need them, but because they make our lives easier.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool because I'm not opposed to it. I like the fact that I have a watch that tells me like if I need to like stand up, like because I work from home, literally tells you, hey, stand up because you haven't stand up all like in 4 hours, and it kind of it's really good for you.
I need it. I have no sense of direction.
I'm gonna get you one if you don't have one. You should. I'm serious. Or maybe you can get the Aura ring. Have you seen it?
No, I don't like it. I have seen it. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? I was trying to get sponsored by Aura ring. I want it because they're like $400.
Yeah, Erwin had it at one point.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
He didn't like it?
I don't know if it was the Aura.
Maybe it was another brand because the Aura is so dope.
I don't know.
I don't know why he would not.
It was
have
something that he had to wear. Maybe it was a brace.
or
I
a
don't
Fitbit
know.
probably.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm very like simple. I don't really change my
yeah,
jewelry, and I don't know.
yeah.
I
mean,
just started using some features. I mean, I just turned 30, but I know how to use like the computer and the
Yeah.
phone and stuff, but I use like the basics.
yeah.
Like the other day, I was like, Danny, I don't have space on my phone. I'm just gonna buy more space. And he's like, that's not
That's
how
not
it
how
works.
it works. So that you can't buy more space on your phone,
He's like, you need a new phone with more
more data,
Yeah.
like more memory. But yeah, that's I think it's cool the fact that we're advancing. And I'm gonna take it in because I don't want to be old and not understand like what's going
Yeah.
on because at least you understand, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. But there's some people that they just get so disconnected that
Oh no.
if I were to even mention the Vision Pro, they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, no.
So at least you're keeping
Aware.
yourself up to date because if I told my dad about like the Aura ring, he'd be like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
He wouldn't know because he's not up to date. Well, now my dad's obsessed with TikTok, which is hilarious.
No way.
Not TikTok, so Instagram. He learned how Instagram works because he thought Instagram was just people posting pictures. Like this is the stupidest thing ever. But now my dad found out that there's
The
Instagram Reels, and he sends like at least 12 reels a day on the
I-
family group chat.
I know some people that are like
Yeah. And they're sometimes funny, but then sometimes they're political. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this at 6 in the morning. He says, because he wakes up early. So he's like, he sends a bunch of funny things. He sends a bunch of things for the kids. And I'm like, why are you sending this to us? And he's like, oh, because you can show the kids. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes my dad will randomly send me like on this day like the world might end and I'm like,
My goodness.
I just want to look at dogs and food.
Food.
Yeah.
That's what you sent the most, the food.
Yeah, that's what I care about.
Yeah.
Like with the whole eclipse thing. Oh my god. He sent me every other day a video about the world ending.
So this is what I was gonna talk to you about. Like, I've realized because of everything I've been through in my life, like the world's gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
The world's gonna, like, maybe someday it'll end, right? We're on a spinning rock, revolving around the sun, right? So one day things are gonna end. But to think like sometimes you think like things are gonna happen, some catastrophe is gonna happen. It's not.
Yeah.
Like it happened in Y2K, it happened in 2020, it happened in what was the other one? 2012 when
2012,
people thought the
yeah.
world was gonna end
Oh my
and nothing's
God.
happened. And so it's like, don't be that crazy person that thinks the world's gonna end or yeah, like no. Also another thing, I was watching you know Amber Heard, Amber Heard, Amber Rose,
Yeah.
bald. I think she's beautiful. I think she's
But she just got like a huge
a
tattoo
tattoo of
on
her
her.
sons. Yeah, I love her. I think she's beautiful. I think I don't care what the hell she does to her face. I think she's beautiful. But she had a she has a podcast, and she had Neil deGrasse Tyson on, and he's like, you know who that is? He's the African American who has like curly hair, but he's like an astrophysicist. He's a genius basically, but it comes to stars.
Okay.
And so she asked him the most important question that I wanted to put out there, right? Which is, do the stars have anything to do with your person, you as a person, your personality, and basically astrology? And you know what he said? He said that's total bullshit.
Oh yeah.
He said that has nothing to do, like the way the stars are aligned have nothing to do with how you, when you were born, what you do with your life, how your personality is,
Yeah.
and all these astrology, I guess, ideals are just outdated. Theories are outdated. I mean, practices
Practices, yeah.
that just kept, I guess, overgoing because people just kind of like to over fantasize or over romanticize
Yeah.
connections. But and only say this because I have some friends that before they even ask you for your name,
They'll ask you
what's your what's your sign? And it's funny because I've tested this out, and I had a friend. I'm gonna call her out. Her name is Sasha. She asked me. I love Sasha. Don't hate me. She called. She was like, "What sign are you?" And I told her purposely a wrong sign because I knew she was gonna say, "I see it. I get it." So I was like, "Oh."
I knew it.
So I told her I was like a Pisces. I don't even know what that means. I'm like, I'm a Pisces, and she's like, "Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get why you're with the Scorpio. I get it." And I'm like, "Okay." And then like 5 minutes later, like, I'm from September 7th. I'm actually a Virgo. She's like, "Yeah, you see, that's something that what Virgo would do." What? Yeah, the Virgo would totally lie about his sign. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
And so yeah, I thought that was the funniest thing because my sister used to be like that, and now she's not like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had a teacher that was
really in high
like
school,
and like obsessed with it.
astrology.
And then someone was like, "You do realize that all of the characteristics for each sign are
Applied to the other
all-
ones?
Yeah, they're all the same, just like worded differently.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course you're happy, and of course sometimes you're emotional. We're all those different types.
What did
of,
she say, or what did he say? Was it a girl?
It was a woman.
Okay.
And she was like, "No, no, it's more than that. It's deeper." And I'm like, on my Photoshop, I'm like, because it was my yearbook class.
Oh gosh.
I was just like,
it's always the
Yeah.
artsy types.
yeah. But it's true though. A lot of the characteristics that they write, it's pretty much all the same.
Yeah. That's something I regret now that we're talking about artsy things. I regret not being in like theater, or because that's something that like in high school, I was the cool kid,
Yeah.
and I was in a group of like, so I went to a really ghetto school, but I only went there because they had an IB program, and an IB program is like one of the best ways to get to like a great school. Everybody in my class, like top 10 or top 20, the people in my class either got full rights to University of Miami, they went to Yale, they went to Princeton, they went to Harvard. We have guys that went to like everyone went to great schools, and no, I don't think anybody paid for it. So that was a way for us to get to these schools, and I'm glad that I went there. But because we were part of the small group, we kind of felt like we were cool people because we didn't. I mean, we were just too.
different.
We were smart. Like I'm not gonna lie, we were too smart for. Like I remember when I finished high school, we went to college, and my first class I had since I had done IB my first year of college, I skipped a lot of classes because I took them in high school. So my first year I was doing like organic I was doing biochemistry, right? And that's something that you, maybe a second year or third year would do. And I was doing it in my first year, and since I was in biochem, like the first thing they told us to do was write reports. And everybody was like, "Oh my god, these reports, they have to be like 12 pages." And I'm like, I was with another friend who was also in IB, and she was like, "This is a piece of cake because in IB we write 22-page reports,
Oh, so you're already.
so it's gonna be like a piece of cake." And so I'm glad that I went there,
Maybe,
but
well,
because
if it was now, it was like chat.
ChatGPT, yeah. But I'm saying this because I regret, because I thought I was like too cool to be too cool to be in like artsy things.
Yeah.
I regret not doing it because I feel like I could have been. It would have been more fun if I was in theater, or more fun if I was doing like
Or just
arts and
experiencing,
crafts.
seeing how you
Yeah,
felt,
I remember starting saxophone like in band, and I thought I was too cool for it, but I enjoyed it so much, and I only did it my freshman year, and I regret not
and
doing
then you
it.
stopped.
Yeah, and my wife tells me that like she started doing violin, and then she never continued doing it. And it's like I feel like when we have kids eventually, I want my kids to like. I've spoken about this in the past, but I want my kids to like be honest
Whatever,
with me and be
yeah.
like, "Hey, I want to do anything, whatever they tell me. If they
And they
want to
go for
dance,
it.
and I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna pay for them to go to classes. Like, um, we went to Miami. Remember the story? So we went to Miami, and one of the guys that was there with our friends, he just opened up a jujitsu gym,
Oh, nice.
and it's in Wynwood. So shout out to his gym. I'm gonna put it up here. And he doesn't even know anything about jujitsu, but now he's getting into it, and now they're doing kids classes, and I think that's so cool because most kids are like what into like soccer,
Yeah.
football, or they're into like I don't know, just the same. Having a kid that's in jujitsu, I think it's so cool because jujitsu is like so different. And it's like a growing sport, and it's a great cardio.
Yeah, I think it's like jujitsu, karate. Um, it's a great foundation for.
Well, your son-in-law is he just started football, and I think that's cool because not.
I'm like, what?
I mean,
My son-
your son, sorry,
My stepson.
your stepson just
Yeah.
started football, and I think that's cool because I don't really see that many people playing football in Miami. It's mostly soccer. So the fact that he's doing American football is pretty cool,
Yeah.
and the fact that your husband is like training
Coaching.
basic everybody. He's just a football coach.
Yeah,
I called you
he's
Saturday,
enjoying
and you're like, I'm like, where are you? And you're like, I'm at the game.
at the field.
Didn't you guys have to like move a trip because
Yeah,
he had to coach?
we were supposed to go to Atlanta, and then the assistant coach was also gonna be out. So then we ended up having to stay because no, they don't have a coach. They would have not had. And imagine they're 9, 10, and 11. Like they
Yeah.
would have been poor things. Like
Did they
lost.
win? They didn't win.
No.
But that's so good though, right?
Yeah, it's part of it.
That's why.
It's
That's
part of
why.
it, yeah.
So the reason I wanted to talk about the jujitsu thing was because I saw a TikTok of this little girl who I think she was like 7, and she was doing she went to like a state champs or nationals, and she lost for the first time.
Oh.
And her dad was so supportive because this little girl was getting like they put her on a chokehold towards the end,
Oh.
and she wasn't gonna tap out. And her dad was so proud. He was even like cracking up, like almost crying because it's like he said like, oh my girl has a dog in him, like she has that dog in her because
Yeah.
she was not gonna tap out. She was gonna pass out. She was just gonna ride it out. She wasn't gonna tap out until the guy
was
like,
okay.
you have to tap out, and he like stopped the fight.
Oh.
And I think that's something that I want to have with my daughter. And my mom's like, no, like you can't put your little girl in jujitsu or soccer. You have to put her in like ballet. And I'm like,
Ballet,
no,
yeah.
if my daughter wants to do whatever sport, I don't care whatever gender is
Gender.
dominant. I don't care. I'm gonna put her in it because it'll make either my son or my daughter happy. I think it's pretty cool.
I always wanted to. I played soccer for a little bit, but I wanted to like do that, or I wanted to do. I wanted to learn how to play like softball because I had some friends that played softball, and my parents were just like, no,
No,
completely against it. Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
I see it. My sister
I mean,
wanted to
also
run.
it's you don't want them to get hurt, and you
Yeah,
know,
that's also another thing.
But in high school, I was
But you were the artsy type, no?
yeah,
you were doing
because
yearbook.
the school that I went to was a magnet school for performing arts.
Performing art, yeah.
So junior year, sophomore year, and senior year, I was an editor in the yearbook. So with that, I learned that's when I mostly like we had our last episode talking about like when we started using the computer and
Yeah.
stuff. There by sophomore year, I was already using like the Mac with like Adobe and
Yeah.
Photoshop and all of that. So like I would even stay until like 9 p.m. at school,
Oh,
like
okay, that's so
editing
cool.
pictures, and you have to get like captions and write, because I was the editor of clubs. So every club, I would go and like take a group picture, get like the captain, the head of the club, and get a quote from them, get a quote from the sponsor, get a picture of the sponsor, and then put everything,
That's so
lay it out.
cool.
Yeah. So it was a good experience. And then for a while, I was like, I'm gonna major in journalism, and like I want to be a journalism teacher.
Yeah.
Like for sure, I was like,
That was your thing?
yeah. And then I got older, and I was like, no.
No, I can't make enough money.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Teachers are. I mean, I still, would have loved to be a teacher. I think I would have been a good teacher.
They're
but
just not, they're undervalued and underpaid.
yeah,
And people don't
So-
value it enough. And I think that it sucks.
yeah.
I saw a TikTok today of I'm a teacher who,
Like they have parents now, like not only helping with the materials, but then you have the assistant teacher. The parents have to give money to help pay for the
Oh, yeah,
assistant
yeah.
teacher. Yeah. So it's like all these different things that because there's no funding for schooling and for teachers, like the parents also have to.
not even the parents, the teachers themselves. I remember
Yeah.
some teachers when I was like, I was teaching for some time, and I remember the teacher that I was like shadowing. I asked her like, did they give her all like,
Yeah,
does the
no.
school get no? She bought almost the
Everything.
bulletin boards, the crane, like the highlighters they were using were special.
Yeah.
She bought it all out of pocket, and it's like, shout out to all the teachers that are
Yeah.
working, taking from their salary to like brighten up their kids' days
Yeah.
because it's
Go
a,
that extra
yeah.
mile.
and it's fun. I learned, I didn't know this, but teachers, well, in the state of Florida or South Florida specifically, I don't know if you know this, but teachers sometimes they don't get paid for a whole month. So sometimes they get specific times for checks. And so it's like a whole like month, maybe 60 days where they're not even getting paid.
Oh, during the summer.
No. Like during
Oh.
work, like we work, like if their paycheck doesn't fall on a specific day, they'll get paid like
Oh wow. I
after
didn't know that.
30, 60 days. So it's like you have to like kind of time, like just to keep in mind as a teacher, like the money that you're making, and it's not even that much. And it sucks because I don't think that's
Yeah,
how it
it's
should
not-
be. I
yeah,
think
it
our
shouldn't.
teachers should be better paid.
Absolutely. Because they're the ones, helping you raise your kids, but also teaching them and then trying to instill whatever dreams and
Aspirations.
that they have. And like there's like a handful of teachers that till today I think about
Yeah.
that have affected
100%.
me, have impacted my life in some way.
My
good,
favorite teacher, Ms. De La
good
Cruz.
or bad.
Do you remember your favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite teacher, her name was Ms. De La Cruz, and she was a history teacher, Latin American history, and changed my life. Like that lady taught like a pro, and she was the type of teacher like she would come at you like if
She cared.
if you were talking while she was teaching, she would call you out. She was just the coolest teacher, and she did capoeira.
Oh,
She was
wow.
Cuban, but she did capoeira.
How funny.
Yeah, and she was so dope. She was the coolest teacher ever. I loved her. Shout out Ms. De La Cruz.
For me, it was Miss Sullivan.
Sullivan,
Yeah, that was my journalism teacher.
that the astrology one.
Yeah, but she was awesome. She had like 7 kids or
Wow.
has 7 kids. Yeah,
That's crazy.
and then she was like tiny, like super tiny, sweet. And because we spent so much time together, like I would either come in really early or stay really late. And I will never forget one time she was like, "Can you go?" Because the teachers would park in front of the school. "Can you go to my car and grab this, whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." Her car was like the square, the Soul, like the Kia.
Oh yeah, the Kia Soul.
But it's green, like lime green.
Oh my
like
goodness.
green. And I was like, "Oh, your keys." She was like, No, I always leave my car unlocked. The keys under the bed." I'm like,
She trusts these kids too much. Damn, it's a good heart.
yeah, but she was awesome. She kicked my ass and like with homework and studying, and like she always made me wanna know more and like learn
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had 3 favorite teachers. I had Miss De La Cruz, Dr. Etienne, and there was one teacher so my favorite teacher was those 2 and Mr. Baglos. And Mr. Baglos was a guy that Mr. Baglos was actually married to one of your principal.
I was gonna say I know in my old school there was Mrs. Baglos.
Yeah, they were married.
How funny.
Yeah. So Mr. Baglos was my favorite teacher, and not my favorite. I loved and hated him because he was so mean.
Yeah.
But it's because he cared.
Yeah.
So like in the classroom, he was so mean. He made me cry, and I think it was calculus.
Oh wow.
He made me cry, and I had never cried ever in school, and he made me cry. I like started crying at the board, and I sat down, and he apologized after, and he's so nice out of the classroom, but in the classroom he was mean.
Mean.
He was the meanest guy ever, and then we kind of connected because he was into like rock music, and he loved the Beatles, and I got him a Beatles record,
Oh.
and he's so kind, and he was in that school for like 40 years. But yeah, those are my three favorite teachers.
And then did you have a teacher that you didn't like?
In high school, in college, I remember most of my professors. I didn't like my orgo because she just didn't care about the class. She was on a tenure, so she was like, "I'm getting paid anyway." So like, she wouldn't explain things. I'm not gonna mention her name because she's probably still working at but in high school, a teacher that I did not like. I liked all my teachers. I liked them because I could get. Oh no, there was a teacher that I did not like. Her name was Miss Washington. She suspended us because we left. So
I also had a Miss Washington.
yeah, we skipped one of the classes, and it was just towards our junior year. We already got into college. We were like, why are we even coming to school? And she was like she was the type of teacher. It was a theory class or something like that. It was like one of these classes that it's like,
An elective or
yeah, and you bring up topics,
oh.
and then you have to like debate and all this. And we were like, it was one day that we were like, let's just skip. So we all said we are gonna go to the bathroom. It was 4 of us or 5 of us went to go to the bathroom, and we never came back. And she wrote
Oh
everybody
my
up.
God.
And
Of
then
course, just don't show up.
Yeah, and then we got suspended for like a day, and I didn't even tell my parents. I went to school with all my friends, but we didn't go to school. We ended up like going
Walking
around,
around.
and like went to go eat and stuff, and then eventually we went back the next day. But yeah, did you have a teacher that you didn't like?
Yeah, it's funny. The other day I was on my Gmail, just like looking through like old emails, trying to see if I can like clean it up because I've had it for more than 10 years. And one of the emails was from that teacher, and I saw his name. I was like, so because I didn't live near the school, so it took me. We've always lived like 45 minutes from the school, so sometimes we would come late. But then also because I lived far, and I would live far, and then also I would stay late doing yearbook stuff. So sometimes I would get in late, and he was my first period teacher. He basically told me, he was like, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure you don't graduate.
Wow.
So at the time I had like my license, and the school can report you if you have too many absences or tardies. So because of that, they suspended my license.
That's crazy. He went out his way.
He went out of his way and like put a report or a complaint or whatever.
Dang.
Yeah. So I skipped his class.
Yeah, it's funny
And
that we're
then-
talking about teachers.
Yeah, but then I had to obviously redo. I
Retake-
didn't fail
retake
it. I didn't fail it, but towards the end I was like, okay, I really have to like
Pass.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he told me, he was like, I'm gonna try to.
Fail you.
Yeah.
That
He's like,
sucks.
I'm gonna do everything that I can.
No, I didn't have a teacher like that at all. I loved all my teachers, and just that one teacher, but she was not even. I mean, if a teacher took me serious, I took them serious,
Yeah.
and so like I can name all my teachers, all of them, like Miss Smith, Miss Williams, all of them. Like they're just
And then my youngest
Phenomenal.
sister went to the same high school that I went to, so a lot of the teachers that she would talk about
yeah,
were teachers that I had.
really.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm like, are they still like that? She's like, yeah.
I had a teacher that I had the biggest crush on, the biggest crush,
I believe that.
and her name was Miss Ramirez. You don't understand
I
this
feel
lady.
like you've mentioned her before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had the biggest crush on this lady, and I would even when I would skip, I would go to her class, and she was so kind, and I think she knew I had a crush on me, so she was like, she was
Stay
making
over
sure
there.
that she wasn't trying to lose her job, but I was like, I mean, when you're a beautiful teacher, I think
You
like
know,
most
yeah.
kids, like when you're a kid, I was in 9th grade,
Yeah.
and then
There was a teacher in my middle school, Mr. Beer.
yeah,
The
everybody loved him.
girls were
Really?
Do you know who he looked? Did you ever see Pretty Little Liars?
Yeah.
Ezra, the teacher.
Oh, so you look just like
He
that,
looked like that,
and
but
the
tall,
and
but
the girls
really
were probably
tall.
going crazy.
Oh my god, the girls. You would
Poor
walk,
teachers, they're like they're
Yeah.
not trying to catch a case. Like I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to be on TV. Like I don't want to
You
deal
would
with
like
that.
walk down the halls, and all the girls would be talking about him.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Beer or Mr. Bureau. I don't know. One of the beer or beer. I don't know, but
Yeah, everybody talked about Miss Ramirez. Everyone had a crush on her, and I was like, since I was always in her class, and I was always like the cool kid, like everyone was like, "How are you so close to Miss Ramirez?" And I was like, "That's my girl," but definitely not my girl. And then later on, like 5 years after, or like, well, basically after I graduated from college, I bought a jet ski. And I went on OfferUp and I bought the jet ski and I went to go meet up with the guy that was selling the jet ski and it was her husband. And I didn't know who her husband was. So when I bought the jet ski, I was like, "You look so familiar." And I followed Miss Ramirez on Instagram and I'm like, Are you Miss Ramirez's husband? She's like, "Yeah, she's not Miss Ramirez anymore. She's like blah blah blah, his last name." I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool. I went to high school with your
She was my teacher.
she was my teacher." And yeah, it was such a weird, like, small moment because it was just like the guy was, I mean, they had a house all the way in Marco Island, which is like on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would never
You went
expect.
over there?
Yeah, because he was selling the jet ski and he had over there. So I went over there and I bought the jet ski and
You guys and your adventure.
yeah. And it was so crazy. I was like, I know.
Oh no!
it's-
The time that Danny was obsessed with the fish tank.
Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started on fish. I want a fish tank now. Oh, I want to go fish tank so bad. But I don't want to spend more. Fish tanks are expensive. But I'm glad that we went on the topic of teaching because as a teacher, this is a Mother's Day special and
Yeah.
teachers are basically mothers, right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I consider them my mother even when they would like scold me. Like some
That was
teachers,
their
I
way.
had some teachers that would hit me and like my mom didn't care because
Yeah.
I knew that if they were hitting me is because I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And so
To help you.
I just want to shout out to all the teachers because I appreciate you guys and everything you did. Like it was like
continue to do.
fantastic. And they follow me on Instagram, so I'm gonna like shout them out, like Miss Ramirez, Dr. Etienne, Miss Lewis, Mr. Baglos. I think that's the people that follow me. I think that's it.
I
That's
don't have
all.
anyone.
Yeah, they follow me on my Instagram, and I love them. They're so kind, and they changed my life. They
I
really
used
did.
to have one teacher, and then
Yeah,
I think she unfollowed me.
really. Oh, Mrs. Picardi, Miss Picardi. Sorry, I don't remember. It's a long time ago. I remember if I see them, I'm gonna
You see
remember.
them, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, Mr. Jurist, he had cancer, and I think he survived. So, shout out Mr. Jurist. Yeah, I had to do it because I love these teachers. Yeah, I know he had.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching Uncommonly Common. This was episode 3 and a Mother's Day special. Don't forget to like, comment, share, anything you could do with engaging with the post. Just do it, and we appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was good.
Oh,